mildest, the most precise kind of love. Not too far, not too close, just exactly this. the exact right gap for seeing, without the weight of dramatically investing in the being of someone else's story. Distance keeper, that's my name. Distance keeper, not a game. Distance keeper, cold and wide. Distance keeper, step inside. Distance keeper, the most honest profession. Nobody hired me. I applied myself. The harbor has a depth that holds the ships that need to rest a while. A depth that shelters and enfolds before the next departure mile. Harbour depth, hold me still, deeper than the surface thrill. Harbour depth, safe and wide, the depth that holds from the inside. Harbour now, resting at the proper depth, not sure of the next when and how, just grateful for the harbor's breath. Harbour depth, hold me still, deeper than the surface thrill. Harbour depth, safe and wide, from the inside. Every ship needs a harbor, every self needs a depth to rest in before the next departure into the open. In the harbour depth, resting in the deep still water, ready when I'm ready. My playlist ran out an hour ago. I haven't pressed play again, just sitting in the afterglow of where the music music's been empty playlist, just the room, just me inside the gentle gloom. Empty playlist, silence now. I forgot that I knew how to sit with nothing, just the dark, to need no soundtrack for the heart. Silence has its own texture, its own particular kind of weight. Not heavy, more like a gesture from the night that can wait. Empty playlist, just the room, just me inside the gentle gloom. Empty playlist, silence now. I forgot that I knew how to sit with nothing, just the dark, to need no soundtrack for the heart. The silence was the song all along. The harbor's so slow and patient, like the water that it rests beside. Not urgent, not complacent, just the keeping of the tide. Harbour song, safe and wide, a place to dock, a place to hide. Harbour song, hold me in before the open water begins. Harbour song, soft and still, the rest before, next until. I've needed harbors more than ocean, more than the wide and the uncharted, the small and quiet devotion of the safe before departed. Harbour song, hold me in before the open water without the wanting or the seeing. Gentle pull, warm and low, toward the warmth only you can show. Gentle pull, soft and white, toward the tender on the other side. Not forcing and demanding, just the quiet understanding that I always orbit near. Gentle pull, you are here, still being pulled gently toward you. That's what love feels like at rest. Amber window in the building across the street from where I sit. Someone there is slowly building their own version of the lit. And we're the same, different story. The same air. Amber window, burning warm. Two people through the same night storm. Amber window, late and cold. Something neither of us told. I've never met the amber window, but I feel a kind of kinship there. In the hour when the dark is gentle, two lives breathe in the same air. Amber window, burning warm. Two people through the same night storm. Amber window, late and gold. Something neither of us told. Amber window, still burning. We're both still here. Mm-hmm. 200 nights of sitting still, of learning what the dark can offer, of finding that I always will to what I thought was softer. 200 nights, soft and long, each one where I most belong. 200 nights, mine to keep, every surface, every deep. 200 nights, real and true, everything I found and knew. I didn't plan to collect them, just lived inside them one by one. Didn't need to recollect them, just let each one be done. 200 nights, soft and long, each one where I most belong. 200 nights, mine to keep, every surface, every deep. 200 nights, real and true, everything I found and knew. Is just a number, but each night inside it was the whole world. For exactly the hours it lasted. 200 nights and counting. The night never gets old. The dark always has something new. I've been living in the waiting room of what comes after what I've known, sitting with the comfortable gloom of not yet ready, not yet grown. The waiting room, this is fine. Everything in its own time in line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. Some people hate the waiting room, the suspension of the not yet clear. I've learned to decorate the gloom and make a home while waiting here. The waiting room, this is fine. Everything in its own time in line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. The waiting room is good light if you adjust your eyes, and the people waiting with you are always a surprise. Still waiting comfortably now. It's not so bad in here.